Wait. Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Working on little Miss Labubu. We're gonna give her a little V-neck action. Right now, I'm trying to sort out some small rose gold stones so that we can put them on the edge of her little V-neck on the front of her outfit, which is what I'm working on now. This is the back of her little outfit. And I've done a few versions of giving them like little rhinestone outfits. This one, she has kind of like her necklace built in and then the outfit. But some of them have like little V-necks. And so when I showed my trainer a picture of the boo-boos that I had been customizing, she really loved Sally Limon Boo Boo. And Sally Limon Boo Boo had a little V-neck. So we're going to give this little baby a V-neck also, so that she can have that vibe. But right now I'm trying to just get a clean edge for the V-neck. And I'm trying to lay down a little bit of a glue base for the continuation of her outfit. So we kind of have to get into her little shoulder, trying to get into this fur. I also didn't trim this fur. I didn't trim the front, which I'm regretting right now, but that's okay. It's all a process, right? It's all a process. Okay, let's get to laying some stones down. So we're gonna start with the bottom of her little V-neck, right there. And then we're just gonna take this little glue line that I laid down and bring her little V-neck up to her neck. Now the small stones are a pain in the butt. And I don't know if I have enough glue on here. No, I don't. Okay, we need more glue. We need more glue. We need more glue. Okay, so this is where we have to get creative. We're gonna find our edge and start spreading glue from our edge that we painted on. But we need a tiny bit more glue on our fur so that there is some surface capture, surface area with glue for our baby rhinestones to capture onto. And we also want to bring the glue far out enough that when we're coming back with more glue, we're not getting glue on the stones that we already laid down. So that's what we're doing right now. Sorry, it's early in California, so I have my I have my deep morning voice on. It's a little raspy today, but that's okay. It's a little cold and gray this morning. So I think I also have like cold and gray voice. This tip is perfect for an SS20. The tip is not super sharp, but for these smaller stones, I think we need to swap out. Wait, we're gonna swap this out temporarily. We need a sharper tip on our picking tool for these teeny tiny stones to land where they're supposed to. So we take our stone on our little picker tool, and we're doing some very, very precise work right now. So excuse me while I try to concentrate. We're gonna concentrate together. Oh my God, come on, work with me. The thing about laying down flat back stones on fur is that there's sometimes a little bit of texture. And so they don't always lay flat. But 9 times out of 10, they cooperate. They do what they're supposed to do. Okay, so we have one side of our V-neck. And now we're gonna put a little bit more glue on the other side of our V-neck. We're gonna do the same thing we did, which is just get some glue on the fur. Glue on the fur, on the fur. She had all the other boo-boos looking at her. She hit the floor. Next thing you know, boo-boo got low, 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 low. Okay. We're going to now work on the other side of our V-neck. So we bring up, can you see? You can see. Let me know in the chat if you want me to bring her closer to the camera. But I think you can see just fine where she's at right now. And so very gently, very carefully, with lots of love and patience, we're gonna lay these down one by one, these teeny tiny rose gold rhinestones, to create our little V-neck pattern for the front of our rhinestone custom outfit for our Labubu. Ooh, actually, while I'm at it, since we have the little rhinestones out, we're gonna rhinestone the inside of her ears also, because I really like when the little ears are rhinestoned. It just really brings them together. I think it really brings the rhinestone look all together. So, to show you an example of what I'm talking about, this is a boo-boo with her ears rhinestoned. Now she has the same color on both rhinestones because she's a macaron series, and the macaron series are all one singular colorway. With the Big Into Energies, we have 2 colors of ears. So with that in mind, we're gonna do 2 stones, and we're gonna use the rose gold teeny tinies that we have laid out here that are in her V-neck of her outfit. And then the back of her outfit is AB rose gold, and honey gold. Sometimes you have to come back around too and do a little bit of surgery, because sometimes overnight things don't dry the way that they're supposed to. So we added a little glue to that one. But yeah, so the back, AB rose, honey gold. Now, I'm debating. I want her to be like a short, like a mini dress almost vibe. Versus you can see Soy Milk has almost like romper shorts. And so I stopped her rhinestoning right there. Although she's giving a little bit of hoochie mama. So I can't tell if I should bring her skirt down one more row or not. So let me know in the chat. What do you think? Should we bring her little skirt down one more row? That's the first question. Oh, I see comments in the chat. Let's see what you're saying. Hello. Hi. Good morning. Oh, thank you. So cute and creative. Thank you. Hope you're all having a great day so far. Happy morning. Saturday morning in California. Okay. So we have the front of our boo-boo. And so I'm going to, like I said, since we have our small rhinestones out, we're going to take rose gold. And then I have this kind of like beigey color that I also have in, what is this? I think this is, if this is SS20, this has got to be like 12, maybe? I think it's 12. So we're going to find the same size in the beige, which is that size. Perfect. So we're going to pull some of these beigey color ones out. And the color difference is very subtle. But so it's somewhat subtle in the thread in her ears. So we're just going to go with subtlety. And I like the smaller stones for the ears because I like doing, covering the space of the ears as much as possible. Okay, so we're going to now focus on our little ears. And we're going to rhinestone the inside of their ears. Give me 1 second. Okay, so I think that's enough. Okay, so if the yellow is here and the pink is here, we're going to go rose gold and the more yellowy gold for this ear. So, can you see? You can see. Okay. Let me know in the chat if you want me to bring her closer to the camera. I mean, I gotta see what I'm doing too. The only thing that's a little annoying, and it's just because taking the cap on, off, on, off, on, off. With the E6000, if you're not putting the cap back on and off every time, you do get a little bit of like dead glue at the tip if you let it hang out too long. So you gotta keep an eye out for that because you just gotta get rid of that little bit of glue that's dried up because it just is not gonna help you in any way. Okay, so we have our yellow gold stones that we're gonna put in her ears one by one, and I kind of come up from the bottom and up the sides in 2 rows is kind of the vibe for the ears. Another little stone, another little stone, another little stone. And while the glue is wet, you can still kind of move them around, I think. She's feeling muy bonita. Are you feeling muy bonita? All right, cute. So we have our ear number 1 done. So that's our first little ear bling. Perfect. We're gonna put this little stone away. Put our stones away that we're done with. And now we have the rose gold tiny stones that you all can barely see. Okay, so we're gonna take her other little ear now, and we're gonna even out our E6000. I like to roll it up as we go so that we don't lose any glue along the way. And so, as you can see, the glue starting to come out. And we're going to get some, can you see? You can see. I gotta like angle it so you can see. I'm trying to angle it so you can see too, but I gotta see what I'm doing too. It can't just be you, okay? We're in this together. Okay. Glue. And we're putting glue on the thread of the ear insides. The little insides of their ears. Tiny bit more glue. Make sure we have enough, but not too much. Okay. We're gonna actually put the cap back on. Now, we're gonna put our rose gold stones down. Teeny tiny rose gold stones. So we start at the bottom. And if you can, if there's any kind of like wiggle room to like their little arms or their ears, it's good to kind of like get in there so you can get in there. So we're gonna move that out of the way a little bit and try to get that stone as close to the base as possible, which you can't really see it, but we know it's there, right? We know it's there. That's what matters, is that we know we paid attention to detail, because we are pay attention to detail kind of people. You know what I'm saying? My foot's falling asleep. Ow, ow, ow. Sorry. I just activated my dog. I'm sorry. Okay, so we keep working on our rose gold small stones. Honey, that's enough. Little by little, up the sides. One side and then the other side. One side and then the other side. One side and then the other side. And these picker tools are heaven sent. It's everything. It makes it so much easier. Okay, so do I have even smaller? I do. So we're gonna take even smaller, a couple of those, and put one here, and one more tiny one. Honey, hush. Here. Ooh, oh my God, it's just so perfect. It's just perfect. Why are rhinestones? I really am. I really must be part mermaid, because there's just something about like, ooh, shiny. That just is so satisfying. Okay, so we have our rhinestone ears. We have our rhinestone V-neck that's been drying a little bit. And we have, hey, now. We have the back of her outfit. And just in terms of other details, all of my little Labubus that I customize have a little bling in their tooth. So she has her little tooth bling. And she also has little rhinestones in her eyes. So every once in a while, the light catches her little eyes, which is so cute. So now let's put these away. This is my long-standing question for the chat. If you're watching right now and you're a rhinestone crafty person, how do you do this? How do you lay out your stones and get them flat? And then how do you put them back in their container? It's so tedious. But I guess that's part of the process of rhinestoning. And so like maybe it's just like, you know, like if you want big muscles in the gym, you have to work out, and part of that is tearing your muscle up. And so to earn the beauty of the rhinestone, you have to just deal with the tediousness of laying them flat. Is that what you're telling me, chat? Okay, chat, I hear you. I hear you loud and clear. All right, we're gonna start working on the front of her outfit. So we're gonna start with the, ooh, shit, I just, see, this is why you gotta let them dry before you handle them too much, because then you start to knock stones off. We don't wanna do that, no. I accidentally knocked off an ear stone. Okay, I have to be careful. You gotta be careful. You gotta be careful when you're handling the rhinestoned Labubu. Okay, so now this is when it starts to feel a little bit like surgery. We gotta make sure, I wanna keep her arm fur like it came. And I don't think I wanna trim, I don't wanna trim fur this time. We're just gonna try full glue down of the fur for her little mini dress. Because that's the thing, it's a mini dress. And so I don't want to cut off too much fur by accident. So we're just going to go pure glue. Pure glue. So we start with the top of her little outfit and we come around her little arm just like that. And we're just painting the glue on. And we're just going to start with one side for now and work our way down the rows of our stones. So we're painting on our E6000 glue. You just kind of little by little with the precision jewelry tip, just poco a poco, very little by little, just paint on the glue so that you're basically kind of like when you glue down your eyebrows for drag, you're basically gluing down the fur. And what we're doing is we're giving ourselves a somewhat smooth surface for our rhinestones to land on, because we want it to look cute and nice and even. And so you need the fur somewhat flat so that you get, you know, this kind of cute, even pattern. All right, so we're going to now, it gets a little nerve-wracking when you start laying down the rhinestones for the first time, but you just got to trust the process. So we're going to open up her little shoulder. We're going to give her one row. And the back has 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 rows of the AB crystals in the rose gold. So we're going to very gently put these on. And I actually should be coming from the inside out to the shoulder. But you just little by little with your metal tip of your picker tool. But that's why you gotta work a little fast. I mean, E6000 is a little bit forgiving, but you also want it to get a little tacky before you start messing with it. So depending on how much you're laying down, you want to work a little fast. You want to have some speed to you. So we have 3 rows down. And here comes our 4th row. Sometimes the stones are not cooperative. Sometimes you gotta just bring in the tweezers to get them in line. And sometimes you have to remind yourself that it's not gonna be perfect. And you just have to let go of your expectation that it's gonna look perfect, because it's not. But still, you still want it to look as good as possible. So that's the front of the top half. Let's do the other side. Actually, scratch that. We're gonna come down to where I laid out glue, because we don't want this to get too dry for no reason and waste our good glue. Our good Judy. There's something there. Okay, so now we have our non-AB rose gold crystals that we're going to lay down onto our boo-boo one by one. So excited. This boo-boo is going to be so cute, and it's for my personal trainer. Shout out Millie. I love you. You're the best. So we've got that down. We're gonna, let's see, turn our back. The rose gold is 1, 2, 3 rows. So let's add one more row. And see, they're starting to get a little wonk. Eek. That we want to avoid. We want them as straight, well, as lined up as possible. Ain't nobody got to be straight around here. Okay. Especially not a queer-ass little Labubu. Okay. Little by little. One by one. Now, we start to get to the point that we can connect them under her little arm. And I think we might be at that point, but we still want to be careful handling her. So this might be a little awkward. You might not be able to see this well, but let me just quickly do this. We're gonna now connect the rose gold in the back with the rose in the front. So we're gonna get up into her little armpit. Get up in there. And now we've connected our back and front. The only thing is that our, I need some more glue. What is our 3rd row in the back is actually our 2nd row in the front. So we might just go with that. We might just have a shorter segment in the front just so that they can connect. And then we keep the pattern flowing from the back to the front. Although, because the pattern is coming up in a V a little bit, I think I might be able to get away with one more row. Let's do it. Let's do it, she said. Fuck it. We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Which is wild and crazy around here. Okay. We have our rows that we're going to line up perfectly. Yeah, it actually is helping even out the wonk because it was getting a little wonky. So we're evening out our wonk. We are connecting our back and front. And we still have our pattern somewhat intact. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. Muy cute. Muy, muy cute. Oh my gosh. Look at her. She's so cute. Okay. Hi. Hi, everybody in the chat. Okay, so I think what makes the most sense right now is to I can't tell. I think the smartest thing right now is to let her dry before I handle her anymore, because to finish this last segment, I'm gonna have to handle her quite a bit, and I'm scared of messing her up. So I'm gonna take a little break, maybe make myself some breakfast, and then once she is drier, we can come back and finish her. But let me tell you what the plan is. The plan for her outfit is she's gonna have, okay, let me hold her by the tag. I think this helps. Tag in the head. Okay, so the idea for her is that her little mini dress is gonna finish coming to the front. So we're gonna finish her mini dress. Then I wanna maybe give her a little cap sleeve. So she's gonna have a little sleeve moment for her mini dress. Although, should she have a sleeve? Are we just doing like an A-line mini dress? Let me know. Let me know in the comments. And then I need to find her a little bow. I think maybe a pink bow for her hair. And then we might paint her little nails. Oh, and she's gonna get lashes. She will definitely get lashes, like Miss Soy Milk. So she is very much close to final form. She is halfway there. So feel free to come back. Subscribe if you haven't. Hold on. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you like a proper human being. Hi, I'm MeMeCherry. If you have never seen me before, I like to rhinestone things like Labubus and garter belts and stockings. And I'll be rhinestoning more cute things along the way. But right now, I'm in a Labubu rabbit hole because all my friends want custom Labubus. And so I will be rhinestoning this Labubu later today. So feel free to subscribe so you can come back later. And then tomorrow, I think tomorrow is going to be Swarovski Crystal Day. So I ordered blue Swarovski crystals. And I have the blue Big Into Energy Labubu that I'm gonna cover in Swarovski crystals. I have another Labubu. She's too far away. She's too far out of reach. But she's completely covered in rhinestones. So we're gonna attempt to do that, but with Swarovski crystals. I'm still waiting. There's like one more order of crystals. So that's why it's not today. It's maybe tomorrow. I also have a podcast. It's called Series of Fortune Events. I also like to bake, so sometimes there's baking content, sometimes I go live to bake, and I also do fitness content. So if you like any of that, or you don't, I mean, some of you like to hate watch, so I'll take the hate watch. No, I won't. I want you to love me, love me, love me. I'm gonna go have breakfast. I hope you have a great day. Thanks for hanging out with me for a bit, and hopefully I'll see you all very soon, okay? Bye!